Hi everyone, this is Jamela over at Viva La Vintage for your home. Thank you again for tuning in for another episode of Living the Lifestyle of the Thrift and Famous. I would love for you to join the Thrift Squad, so go ahead and click that subscribe button and you'll get all the videos and be inspired on how you can decorate your home on a budget. In today's video, it's just a little tete-a-tete that I'm going to have with you over some coffee, cake, and tea. You ever sit back and just have like a little Sunday chat with one of your girlfriends, and while you're sitting there chatting, you're munching on some kind of coffee cake or a little treat that was baked? And to me, this was the perfect snack to do that with. Now, this is not an original TLC, Twins Love Cooking, recipe, but I did get it on a blog called Once Upon a Chef. And I'll put that link below in the comments. And also I did make a picture of this blueberry lemon sweet tea, and that you'll find on my blog. But both links will be provided as well. Now, our motto is cooking is easy with TLC. And I just want to let you know that this was a very simple recipe. And the only thing I substituted was, instead of 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, I put 2. But other than that, I followed the exact directions, and the cake came out perfect. Enough about the cake. Now let's move on to our chat session. So my sister Amina and our dear friend Renee Banks, we all run an estate sale service in New Jersey called Pieces of Time. And at the latest sale, there was all of this Waterford crystal. I couldn't believe how much was there and the beauty of all the glassware, and most of it wasn't selling. I guess because people don't entertain as often and they think that this is fine stemware and shouldn't be used every day. But if I bought this at an estate sale, I would be using it every day, and you can call me bougie on a budget. There was a set of Windsor chairs and beautiful light fixtures that was in this Victorian house. The Roseville pottery was beautiful. There's so many things that was available at this house to buy. It was just a plethora of good things. But I'm just curious as to, what are people looking for when they're shopping, and what are they collecting? I know myself personally, I look for all kinds of things to buy at estate sales, even as far as tools and all these, like the home cleaners and the paint cans and stuff. I look at that. And then there was bags of extension cords. I even get those when I go to estate sales. I've gotten so used to shopping on the secondary market for items for my home, I rarely ever go into a retail store. And I'm looking for all kinds of things, even picture frames, which is a big thing that I always look at. I've saved lots of money, and I created different styles in the pictures with these frames. And I like how the eclectic look of all the pictures come together. Even for my art, I bought frames for all my arts that's hanging around the house. All bought from the secondary market. And to be honest, with these pictures here, I bought the frames before I bought the art, because I fell in love with the frames and knew eventually I would find the perfect piece. Even at that sale, they had a stack of old frames that people were just not paying attention to, and I'm still saying, why aren't they buying these frames? So it's just a question that we were talking and wondering, what are people collecting? I don't go out as much as I used to, but I did venture into a store, and I saw this console table, but it was missing the glass pieces, and it was $25. This wood cabinet was listed for $45. It could be used as a bar. And then I spotted this vintage lamp, and that was tagged at $35, which I thought was quite steep, because they're usually like $10. And this pair of amber glass lamps, these were listed at $45 each. And before the pandemic, I had found this dresser at Restore Habitat, and it was only $30, which was great. And this end table was about $25. But when I went to my local Goodwill, they had this scratched up console table for $25, and this table was $45. I'm not quite sure what's driving the prices in thrift stores up, but I know Goodwill is it has gotten tremendously high. But when I go to other thrift stores, they're pretty much still on target with decent prices. I spotted these two sofas outside of a thrift store, and I just could envision them being reupholstered. A brand new Chesterfield is thousands, and this was an antique piece, and it was still had the horse's hair stuffed inside. This vintage sofa here was in perfect condition. Maybe needed some cleaning, but it was only $50. As I reflect on the pieces that I've had in my home, like this antique French provincial chair, and it sits in my bedroom, and I had it reupholstered. And also I had another vintage chair that needed reupholstering as well. And all it takes is a little imagination on how you could see it in your room. So I had it reupholstered. I've always wanted a leopard chair. So I had the chair done in this, and it gave it such a stylish new look. So if you know an upholsterer, then all you need is your imagination and use whatever it is that would spark your style. Even this chair was an antique piece, and I had it reupholstered with this fabulous fabric that I caught on sale, and it gave it another stylish look. I tried to find that kind of peacock fabric that was on the back, but I couldn't. But this fabric had a nice print, and then I used it in my living room for a good while until I started changing the style of my living room. It was also photographed in my living room feature for Flea Market Decor magazine. Shopping at an estate sale is, to me, the best thing, because it's like you're going in a house shopping and imagining things that you could use at your own home and buy them. And one thing I have to stress is that glasses, they're everywhere. So I never buy new glasses, never. So I bought these from Restore, and they were only 75 cents, half off. So those are my everyday glassware. Another thing is dishes. I don't buy new dishes because there's so many patterns out there on the secondary market that you can use every day. I lucked up and bought a nice set that I needed when I was doing my dining room over. I wanted a different pattern, and I found this vintage from the 80s, 90s set that went perfect in my china cabinet. So when I talked about it on Instagram, a lady had said, "Oh my God, I think you got my dishes that she donated." So she was so nice. She sent me the platter that went with the set because she found the platter, and she wound up mailing me the platter. But that was a nice happening that happened. But anyway, I was so glad I bought it because it looks great in my china cabinet. And this entire set was $30. And remember, I always say grab what you like, because you never know, you won't find it again. And that big tortoise bowl was like $8, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but it became my planter for my ZZ plant, and it looks really stylish in that bowl. And these are some other items that I came across while I was out there, and the chairs was like $12 or $15, and the sofas and stuff were running about $80 to $90. But there's such an uptick in prices now. They're in the hundreds, which is very, very strange. But you know, as I look back and I just reflect on a lot of stuff, and I just never thought inflation would really hit thrift stores, since it's mostly donated stuff. But it's still a bargain to go out there and find items for your home at a decent price. And of course, I spotted another goodie for $50, this campaign style dresser, and I brought that home. So that's in my guest room. But again, I wasn't looking, but I just happened to be out there and I found it, and it was at a great price, so I just snagged it up. So from furniture to dishes to tchotchkes to decorate your home with, to linen, to paint, to home cleansers, you can find it all out there. So I'm going to wrap this chat up, but I hope you enjoyed another episode of Living the Lifestyle of the Thrift and Famous. Thank you again for tuning in, and if you like this video, go ahead and drop me a comment, press that like button, and don't forget to share, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.